Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to a rainy Lincoln Park Zoo here. We got May the 20th, 2025 here. And we're just about 10 minutes before the noon hour. There's the 151 bus pulling up there, Stockton. It's a good way to, if you want to access the free zoo here by transit there, you can catch that 151 bus or the 156. It'll drop you off right in front of the bears there. It's been raining all morning. I missed the TikTok live stream this morning because it was rainy and nasty and I could have did it, but I just enjoyed having the morning off there. Hope you doing okay here. Here's the Schiller statue. Hey, everybody's starting to tune in here. The Unruly Julie Reed there, Krista, Chris Schultz there, Krista. Yeah, thanks everybody. So yeah, let's head through the zoo here. I'm starting a little bit early because there was a rain shower even when I walked over here, so we'll dance amongst the raindrops and we'll just head through the zoo. The herons, there's a heron right there, so there's a migratory bird. They're nesting above the wolves there, so there I see a bunch of them in the tree over there. We'll check it out. But here we'll head into the zoo here and we'll see what's shaking here. Yeah, there's some bubbles. People are blowing bubbles here. Hey, see, they got these tents. The reason they got these tents, this is the children's zoo. Of course, we'll check out the lions and the seals there later. They got these tents because, of course, the guano, the waste from the herons, the migratory birds, goes over everybody here. Here's the wolves here, but here, people are... Why is it so messy here? There, it's even, this sign's messy here because they crapped over let's see, I won't go through the tent here, but you see what's going on. We got the otters, and yeah, there's some nests there. I can smell them here, so let's get out of here. How you doing? Yeah, we'll follow out of here. How you doing? Let's go see if the seals. Let's see if the seals are. Maybe we can go underwater there and check out the seals there. Yeah, raindrops keep falling on our heads there. We'll sing that old, oh, I got to go around this way. I got to go around this way here. And yeah, let's head underneath here and we'll see if we can see the seals. If I lose my connection, just please stay on and we'll try to catch some of the seals here. Underwater viewing here, it's usually the best place you can see them, but of course it makes it hard for me streaming with the rain here. So Naya, how you doing there? Thanks for tuning in, Naya, and everybody else here. So we'll see if we see some seals down here. There's a picture of a seal. Maybe they're over here. I see one swimming by here. Well, it's over there. It's way over on the other side. So here, we'll head over here and we'll stop and see if we can see any of the seals here. No luck, no dice. But here's what's in here. We got a harbor seal and we got a gray seal. Are we still streaming okay? Let's see if we can get the seals swimming by here. Here they go. There's a seal right there. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. That's a harbor seal there. There, look, I like how they swim upside down. They're like torpedoes there. There's a seal. There, look at that. They surface, and usually a few times a day they feed them. And they go on the rocks there and they give a whole demonstration of how they can do exercises and all kinds of things here. But the harbor seal, the gray seals here. So I don't even know if I'm streaming, so we'll keep going out of here. We'll keep going and we'll head around here. Looking good. Thanks for the feedback there, Julie. We'll let everybody see. Probably not everybody's tuning in yet. They're waiting until noon. And some people aren't even sure if I'm going to stream here at lunch because I didn't do the stream on TikTok. But hey, we'll head out. There you see how you can view them underwater here. Here's the sculptures of the seals. There's one swimming right there. A lot of times they don't surface all the time. But so we'll check out probably the reptile house. We'll go through the great apes and the monkey house. We'll cruise through the lion house and then we'll end up by the bird house and the African journey there. Then we go to the zoo. I checked. We last went to the zoo on May the 2nd, which was almost 3 weeks ago. You know, it seems like we go to the zoo all the time. It's a really easy thing for me to do. You know, sometimes we go to the Peggy Notebart Nature Museum or the conservatory. Look at all these bubbles. There's bubbles. What's causing all these bubbles? There's all these bubbles just floating through the air here. And I don't know where these bubbles are coming from. They're everywhere here. Nah, happy to see everybody. No problems. Looking good. Yeah, we're streaming clear of the rear. Good. So a lot of times people take wedding pictures and stuff here. We'll head across once we go through the reptile house here. Maybe we'll get lucky and see the bush babies. It's hard to see the bush babies because they're nocturnal. It's all dark. But every once in a while we get lucky. And there's a nice greenhouse. You see the top of that greenhouse. We'll get to the other side. There's the swan pond. Here we'll head through the Regis 9 Small Mammal Reptile House, Lincoln Park Zoo. And right in the beginning they got a bunch of little, how you doing? They got a bunch of little exhibits. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so here's the reptile house. So be warning, there's going to be snakes and reptiles and frogs and Gila monsters and things like that. So you see how they got a bunch of little window exhibits here. There they go. They're seeing a good one there. Yeah, look at that there.
Oh my God! What in the world? That's a dragon.
It's a black tree monitor. Yeah, that's what it is there. There, look at that. What do we got here? So here, we'll see if we can see any other things here. So if you just joined, we're at the Lincoln Park Zoo here. We're checking out the black tree monitor. There it is. Hey, how you doing there, black tree monitor? What do you say there? You're all warm inside there. You don't have to go out in the rain there. Oh, look at its tongue there. There it is. Yeah, this is called a black tree monitor. It's a reptile house here at Lincoln Park Zoo there. Oh, look at it climb around there. Goes from limb to limb. Yeah, happy to see everybody. We got the lunch bunch back here. Look, it's climbing up the branch there like its tail. So hey, we're seeing some reptiles here. What else? See, this was called the black tree monitor. That's what we just saw. Here's a green tree python. So there I see. There it is right there. There's the python. There's the snake there. Look how it's all curled up. It's sleeping. It's all wrapped up around the branch there. This is a green tree python here. Lincoln Park Zoo here. Let's see what else we can see here. So I'll just cruise through here really quickly because I don't want to waste everybody's time here. But here's a snake here. Look at this snake. Yeah, look at this. Picture of the head there. This is a viper. This is a viper. Look at the head there. This is the head of a viper there. How often do you get that close to a viper? I'm glad there's a pane of glass in between me. West African Gaboon viper. That's what, look at. It's got the little horns there on its nose. Hey, there's the snake way up there. Look at that. Yeah, see, it's all curled up there on the rocks there. How you doing there? Yeah. Yeah, look at this is called a Aruba Island rattlesnake. That's what we're seeing. I appreciate it. Thank you.
He's way up at the top of our man.
Oh yeah, up there?
Yep.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. There it is up there. Yeah, there it is. You see the back of it there. So they got a nice habitat here. And let's see, we got some mammals here. Well, there's still some reptiles here. More monitors, geckos, cactus mouse. It's harder to see these species are nocturnal. Here's the loris. See, that's kind of like a bush baby. It's a loris. And oh, there it is. There it is. Look at that. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah.
It's kind of creepy.
So this is called a northern tree shrew. Look at that. Yeah, it's a big shrew. I've never seen a shrew that big. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Oh, like it's eating the food there. I like its tail. Seeing this? Yeah. So are we streaming okay? I don't know. Maybe this is not coming through okay here. This is nice here. These are the mongoose. And so look at the mongoose. There's the adult mongoose are there. And they got the baby ones. So we'll see if we can see some baby ones. William, you were here yesterday? Yeah. See how they got the babies are down there. And sometimes you can look in these little windows and see here's the babies. Here's the baby mongoose. So that's baby mongoose there. They're in their little holes there. Look at that. You see them? You see them? Yeah. There's the babies growing around there. Yeah.
That is so cute.
That's awesome. So isn't that great? Yeah. So if you just join, we're in the Lincoln Park Zoo here. We're going. It's really dark because this is the nocturnal area. And here's where the bush babies are. Let's see if the bush babies are in here. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
Well, yes. This one back. Wait, touch the glass. I don't even know why.
So I'm letting my eyes adjust here because sometimes I have to. I'm trying to see if the bush babies are out here. And I don't see them. They're probably sleeping. And every once in a while you can catch them like moving around. But even if they are, I don't even know if I'll be able to see them. Oh, sorry. So let's see here. This is a porcupine. So here we'll just head into the greenhouse here. They got the waterfall going on. Look, everybody threw their money in there, even though we're inside of a greenhouse here in the zoo. People threw their money here, and there's looks like people are looking at. There's otters in here, and then there's also some crocodiles and other things here. So let's see what we can see here. How you doing? Otters. So let's see. There's the otter. There's the otter right there. Look how it's underwater. Yeah, that's right there. Yeah. There's the otter right there. So this is
Underneath it, you'll see him.
North American river otter right here. I think that's what it is. Look how it's getting underneath the rocks there. Can you see it?
So look at the back.
There it is. That's a really good view of an otter right here. Lincoln Park Zoo. Look at it upside down there. It's I wonder what it's trying to do. It's trying to get something off of that log there. It's like nibbling on the log. May, how you doing there, Taco? Thanks for tuning in here. We're just checking out the otters in Lincoln Park Zoo. You saw Liberty Head Dime there? Look at the otters twisting around here. I've seen them run around before. It's nice to see them under the water. They see all the little bubbles. And there's the, I think this is a North American river otter. I'm trying to get its face there. Whatever it's doing, it's really... There it is. There's the otter. Look at that. Yeah, how you doing there, otter? Look at it. Yeah, there it is. It's peeping its head above the water there. Look how cute that is. Yeah, see signs of... And that's why people are always like, I should get a dog or cat. But these are my pets here. These are my pet otters here. Oh, look at this one. Look at this one running across there. There it is, playing with the... We've got two otters here swimming around. No, I'm wrong. This is an Asian small-clawed otter. This is not a North American. These are Asian small-clawed otters. Look at that. Look at it come out of the little hot tub there. This is some really good footage of the otters. Thanks for tuning in. I'm glad you're catching it here. The two buddies here. And these are Asian small-clawed otters. That's what they call them there. How you doing there, otters? Yeah. Aren't they cute there, Lavette? You see this? Krista, what do you think of this, Julie? Thanks for checking out the otters here. And that's why I feel so fortunate. You know, I pay the high rent and I live next to this zoo, and it makes it worth it when we see stuff like this. You see the otters swimming around here. And this doesn't happen every day. Many times I come in here and you can't even see them. You know, they're sleeping or hiding. Here they are swimming around. And I would love to see some of these in real life in the North Branch of Chicago River. We go by the Wild Mile and stuff, and hopefully someday they'll be In real life, oh, look at this. Here's like a stingray. Look at the stingray there. Wow. Oh, how you doing? He's waving to it. Look how cute. How you doing? Appreciate it. Thank you. Here's the stingray here. Look at that. Wow. This is called a white-blotched river stingray. See right there, white-blotched river stingray. Hey, how you saying hello to you? Look, he's waving to you. How you doing there, stingray? You trying to get out? I've seen these in real life. Go to Tampa, Florida, or Gulf Coast, or anybody seen a? I've seen these in the ocean. Isn't that amazing? Not with the spots like that, but yeah, favorite zoo there. Dolores, how you doing here? Yeah, check it out here. We're seeing all kinds of wildlife. And there's the see, they got some up in the trees here. We got some monkeys. And you see, you can go up to the top there. This is the greenhouse and the reptile house. We got iguanas, yeah, Jamaican iguanas. And yeah, look at this iguana here. Look at that. It's laying in the tree there. Look at that. And like I said, I went to Guadalajara, Mexico, and people keep these as pets. They keep the iguanas as pets. The next door neighbor to my friend's godfather that lives in Guadalajara, she had a iguana and it was on her arm, and it was just like a pet iguana that lived with them in the house there. Here, I'll show you what this looks like from above so you can get an overview of how large this greenhouse area is. We've done this before. We streaming okay? Thanks. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Lincoln Park Zoo here. It's a rainy day, so I figured this would be a good day to come inside here and check out this greenhouse area here, and we'll show you how large this is. So you can look in the trees. Supposedly there's a sloth, a parrot, a monkey, a snake, a lizard, and frogs. They're all somewhere in this jungle here, so they're out here with us. I would love to see the sloth, but this is the reptile house at Lincoln Park Zoo, and see how they have more than just reptiles. They got all these other animals as well. Yeah, South Carolina, how you doing there? Yeah, hopefully the monkeys don't escape there. They're inside. They're inside this greenhouse. So even though if they're outside the net here, see, like that seagull just landed. That's on the outside. That seagull's on the outside. We're on the inside. So I don't think there's a monkey over there. There's a monkey crawling around right there. See how they're kind of behind the net. So they're actually behind a net. So they can't just like run out here with us. But we saw some of the. There's a parrot over here. There's Puerto Rican parrots, I think, over here. And but here, we'll keep moving here because we got plenty to see here, and we're just testing the iceberg here. So if you missed it, you can rewind it. We saw some really good footage of the otter, and two otters swimming there. Yeah, Chicago seagulls. Seagulls are all by Lake Michigan. Sometimes they stay through the winter. We got seagulls. And here, I'll show you some if we see some. A lot of times we'll see seagulls over by the flamingos because the seagulls like to eat the flamingos' food. But see, we were just in this greenhouse. This is the reptile house at Lincoln Park Zoo here. So there's a picnic area over here. We'll go over and check out the flamingos, and we'll head over to the gorilla house here and the chimpanzees. We got 12:07, so we got plenty of time here. Still free in St. Louis. That's good. St. Louis has a nice zoo too. I didn't know it was free. That is awesome. Yeah. And hopefully, well, our hearts go out to St. Louis. I know you're recovering from those tornadoes. Kentucky and Wisconsin and Missouri are all dealing with the aftermath of the tornadoes from earlier, a few days ago. And here we're in Chicago. Here we just got a dust storm. We got a dust storm out of that. Could have been worse. And crazy weather we've been having here. But here we're in the Lincoln Park Zoo, and we'll head over and check out the flamingos here, the pink flamingos, the Chilean flamingos. And I've been watching some nature documentaries about those lakes that flood there in Chile and Peru. They go, the flamingos go out there and do their dance, and the photographers have to try to get close and capture it and go through that briny water. Here's the flamingos here. You saw the dust storm? Yeah. Valerie, how you doing there?
You boys want to get in the
Yeah, thanks Michael for tuning in there. Sharon, Valerie, Heather B. Hey, here's the see. There's some seagulls. See, seagulls always they're always eating the flamingos' food there. See right there, that seagulls. They're like, I'm gonna eat this flamingos' food there. But the seagulls, they're always here in Chicago, even through the winter. Some of them stay through the winter.
What was that for?
There's the Chilean flamingos here, Lincoln Park Zoo. Thanks for tuning in. Pete, how you doing there? How you doing there in Michigan? Yeah, Hazlitt. Taco's tuning in there. Oh, your mom let your dad have pigeons. Yeah, people used to raise pigeons. People raise pigeons all the time in the city. You know, it's like the passenger pigeon. We lost the passenger pigeons, but yeah, people raise chickens in the city too. There's the flamingos. They're looking nice here. New arrival. They got some young chicks. They're a different color. Smells very fragrant here. I'm smelling the lilacs or these, whatever these bushes are here. Look at these. Are these hydrangeas? What are these bushes here? No, these are what do they call these? Peonies? I don't know my flowers here. Somebody told me what the hyacinth, are these hyacinth? The heather. Yeah, heather, thanks. How you doing there? Oh, your daughter went through the tornado? Oh man, see, I know they're all over the place there, so yeah, hopefully your daughter's doing fine and hopefully the damage was minimal. I've talked to some of my friends in Michigan. They had trees crash through their garage, and other people had storm damage. Chris had tree fell on his septic tank. All kinds of crazy things have been happening here. So here we'll head over towards, before it starts raining again, we'll head over towards the gorilla house here. And look, they're looking at, it looks like there's the Pierre deer, whatever they call this. I think that's what they call this. Let's see if the deer are out here. I don't want to attract too much attention. Yeah, there it is. They're waving to it. It's called the Pierre David's deer. That's what it's called here. Look at that. There's the Pierre deer. Look at the antlers there. Look how, yeah, it tries to pick up the piece of wood there with its antlers and toss it around there. And they do molt sometimes, you know, the antlers. Here's the Pierre deer. Or it's called the Pierre David's deer. They're from Asia, I think. Yeah. Yeah, they're from China. So here, we'll keep going here. Let's head over to the, I think this is, everything's like either Regenstein or it's Pritzker, the people, the rich families that donate money to the zoo to keep it free. And that's why they put their names on the buildings just like it was a college. So here's the ducks. There's three ducks. Three ducks hanging out next to the little statue of the baby gorilla there looking at the butterfly. That's nice. And there's Mama and Papa and its sibling there. So here, these are statues. So let's go over to the, this is the Great Apes house here. We'll see. I saw Jennifer was over here last week. And it's easy for me when it's a rainy day like this, when I'm working from home, just to come over here at lunchtime and get some footage of the zoo. People are like, man, you go to the zoo a lot. I'm like, I live next to a free zoo. Hopefully if you live next to a free zoo, you would take advantage of it as well. See, Regenstein Center for African Apes. Okay, let's see if it's open here. Yeah, there's some people in here. Hey, here we go. Hey, just chilling there.
Not necessarily, right? You're just kind of chilling, you're relaxed, you're living life. What makes you say that? He's moving just fine. When you sit and watch TV, does that mean you're fake? No, you're just not moving.
That's awesome. Hey, here's the, that's like a silverback there. Oh, here's some over here. So, hey, they're laying around there. How you doing? So here. So we'll come back here. Hey, look at that nice expression there. He's contemplating the meaning of life there. That's a silverback there. He's looking at that kid like, that's awesome. How you doing? Yeah. Look, it's sticking his tongue out at you. So you doing? So here, let's go over and we'll come back here because I don't want to freak people out. Anytime I film next to them with kids, they freak out, and I understand. I don't want to be They're you know, invading their space there. But here's some chimpanzees here. Yeah, the chimpanzees here. Let's see what they're doing. Climbing around. Hey, there's one sitting up there. Okay, let's look at that one. It's going up the branch there. They're all up there. They're all up there eating their lunch. Chimpanzees here, Lincoln Park Zoo. So if I get over here, maybe I can see they're all way up high. That's because they like to climb in the trees. And so that's why. Oh, here comes one. Look, it's jumping down there. Let's see if it'll give us a show here. There, it's coming down. There it is. Come on over here. Yeah, let's hang out here. Hang out with the chimpanzees. Yeah, intelligent face. It's thinking that we saw that silverback gorilla there. These are chimpanzees. Like it's going to hang out with its friends there. It says, "What do you got for lunch? There, give me some snack." And see, you know, chimpanzees are social animals. We're social animals. Socialization. Yeah, we do. We share a lot of DNA. There it is. Look, it's got the, wow. Look how it can just balance on that tightrope. I'm always amazed how they could use their feet and grip things but they have like opposable thumbs on their feet. So they can grip things with their feet like we grip with our hands. And they can grip the trees and look at this guy. It got a bunch of salad there. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look how they could just walk across the tightrope there. Hey, you got eating your salad there. Oh, look at that. It's right above us there. Look at it swinging up there. It's up on the, it's trying to break out there. It's up at the skylight. Look at that. Look how I can just hang upside down there with the salad. Oh, I lost some of the salad. Yeah, see, oh, it got in a hammock. Look at that nice hammock there. You can lay in the hammock. Yeah, the chimpanzees here. How you doing? I know I'm talking a lot. Hey, look at these guys. He's up in the hammock too. Yeah. Lincoln Park Zoo. Look at that. So I think these are gorillas. Look at that guy. Hey, just up there on the perch there eating your lunch, eating your salad. Oh, that's good. That's good eating right there. Hey, Ricardo's tuning in. Laura, how you doing there? Thanks everybody for checking out the great apes here. There, just laying around, lounging around, the life of a ape here at Lincoln Park Zoo. Look at it go. You could just hang from the wire there, or the strap. They got mirrors, they got all kinds of stuff. Here, let's go around to the side here. Let's see what they look like over here. Nah, look at this one. That's a good spot. You just find a little, hey, how you doing there? It spotted us. Yeah, how you doing there? Laying around there. You got a good spot. Laying in the trees. So here, we'll head out the way we came in here because I want to see if these silverbacks are moving around. And these are probably the other ones here. The troop of great apes here in Lincoln Park Zoo. Thanks for tuning in here. And hey, Teresa, how you doing there? 10 Light Star. Yeah, the grape ape. I remember the grape ape. Yeah, I remember the song even there. Yeah, that was for what was that, Hanna-Barbera? Yeah, the grape ape.
There's a family tree.
There it is. Look at this silver. Let's see if we can get this silverback over here. We'll film it from the side here. Hey, how you doing there, buddy? Hey, there it is. Oh, see it turned the other way as soon as it's looking at those people. So if I get on the other side here, I don't want to invade these people's space, but I'll be quiet here.
Grown up enough to be on their own. The dad kicks them out. They're old enough, but he goes, I don't need competition. I need you. They're territorial, right? Okay.
There's the zookeeper there telling people here, Western lowland gorilla. And look at this one. This one's just sleeping. How you doing there, gorilla? What do you say? How often can you get this close to a gorilla? It's just sleeping there. That's its nose and its face there. Having a nap there. Hey, we'll keep going here. We got 1219 we'll just give you an overview of what's in the
But
zoo.
one of them lives in Milwaukee now with a family. That's not big on the glass though, guys.
Yeah. That's great. So hey, let's keep going here. See how they got nice exhibits. You can feel the size of their hands and paws here, and orangutan, gibbon. So let's go to the monkey house, and this guy's. There we go.
Look at his eyes.
Yeah, that's great. See, you can get them up close and personal. That's great. So here, we'll head out here. We'll go back outside here. Thank you. So hey, we'll get out here. See, they got plenty of room out here. They can go outside if they want, but since it's rainy there, they're staying inside. I've seen them go out over here. They feed them out here sometimes. Here at Lincoln Park Zoo, here we'll head over to the smaller primate house, the little monkeys. We saw the big great apes here and the chimpanzees. In fact, they're having a good time. I hope you are too there. Let's see. Yeah, if it wasn't a big piece of glass, there would be no way I would get that close to a silverback, even if it was sleeping, because they could sense us and smell us, and at least they feel safe enough in there where they just can relax and be themselves. See, they got this nice viewing area here on the outdoor portion. And I was here with my father one time, and we saw them swinging around on those vines. They were doing an amazing show, and there was so many people watching. Yeah, the rain's coming back, so that's why she's running. The rain's coming back here, so we'll dodge inside we'll get inside this small animal house, and see, even they got the monkey's face even on the building there to signify what's inside here. The Helen Brock small primate house here. Helen Brock primate house here, Lincoln Park Zoo. How you doing? So we'll head to here. So there's still people here today, even though it's a rainy day. These animals are temporary off exhibit, so we'll head through the other side. We'll see if the gibbons are out here. Maybe the gibbons are outside. Maybe the gibbons might be outside because I see the doors open, and usually when that door's open, they're outside. So we'll see if we can see them outside when we get out of here. We'll just go through here really quickly, because I don't think a lot of the animals are on display here. Here's some here. There's a few of them here. There's some sleeping up there in the hammock here, and here we'll keep going here. Yeah, the gibbons will play in the rain. That's good. Here, look at this one. This is the DeBrazos monkey. Look at the DeBrazos monkey up there. Yeah, it's sitting on the branch. I like their tails there. Well, at least we're seeing one monkey, the DeBrazos monkey there. How you doing? It's got the beard. Yeah, Dolores. So the DeBrazos monkey's just there, it yawned. Did a big yawn there. Okay, well, we'll see if these other monkeys with the punk rock hairdos are out. Usually they sit up in the window. Yeah, they sit up in the window. These are the Francoise Langur. They usually sit up there by that window and they look at Lakeshore Drive. They can see the cars going by. And there's the Francoise Langur. I like their hairdos. They always get the spiky hair there. Hey, they're eating some salad. Look at this guy. How you doing there? What do you say there, Francoise Langur? I like your hairdo. Yeah, you coming over? Come over and say hello. Hang out with us a little bit here. There it is. You gonna jump down? Looks wise. Hey, look, it's scratching. Hey, there it goes. Yeah, give it, jump around for us here. How you doing? Yeah, it spotted us. Look, it says, look, there's a live streamer. Let's get him. No, I like these guys. They're always up there. Here it is. Hey, see, look, it spotted us. Must have got some food. Yeah, there's some salad down there, so it got some salad and ran back up. So good. We'll keep on going here. We'll head around, and let's see if the lions are out. So I'm giving you an overview. See, the rain's coming back. We got umbrellas. It's going to be rainy all day. I mean, I don't even know if I'll be able to do an evening walk on TikTok because once again, we got thunderstorms heading through the area. We've shown this many times, and Chris explained it. I always had this wrong. The Eugene Field was the author of this poem that they made a statue to. It's not the Fields family, it's Eugene Fields. You can look it up. It's this blinking and nod. What is it? There's a poem here to the kids that fall asleep there. Winking, blinking, and nod poem. And that's what this statue is. It's Eugene Field. You see it here. And this was nice when the tulips were out, but the tulips are all gone. And there's this nice little park area by the Primate house. Yeah, let's see if let me really quickly, the rain's coming back here. So I want to see if the gibbons are out, but it's raining. So let's run into the lion house. We'll skip I'll look over there to see if the gibbons are outside. And sometimes in the morning when I used to walk through here before I live streamed years ago, they would be out in the morning and they would be doing their whoops. They do an amazing whoop. Let's see if the gibbons are out. The rain's holding off here for a second. Eugene Fields. The name of the poem, the author of that poem was Eugene Fields. His first name was Eugene, his last name was Fields, just like Marshall Fields. But Marshall Field is singular, I know, without the S. And I thought it had something to do with a donation from the Fields, but it's not. It's just, I don't know how to, who paid for that. But here's, let's see if the gibbons are out here. And I don't see them out. It's raining. And so we'll head over to the lion house here and we'll keep on going. Yeah, people always like when I try to mimic it. It's like whoop. It's like whoop whoop wow wow. That's what they make. They do this whoop whoop, and then they go wow wow. They make this amazing call, and I can't do it right. People laugh at me when I try to do it. But when you hear it, you know you can hear it like all across the zoo. Hopefully we'll be able to capture it sometime, and if I do, I'll put it in a rerun. But here, see, the umbrellas are out. There's the merry-go-round. We're at the Lincoln Park Zoo here. It's a rainy day. We got about 50, low 50s. It's going to be like this all week, cold and rainy. It's typical end of May where you want it to be warm and it's not warm. So that's why we'll go inside and we'll see if we see the lions here. No guarantee. Pepper Wildlife, our family wildlife center here. And there's the haunted bathroom. You can go online and find all about that. People, who was that, Ernie or somebody used to work security here, and they had to work at night, and I bet they can tell some stories about what they saw here. Yeah, Lambie, thank you. Thanks for getting my weird sense of humor. I appreciate it. But here we're inside the lion house here. See, they dedicate this whole thing to the lions now. There used to be other exhibits, but they removed them, and now they just got the lions here. So there's people looking out this window. Maybe there's some lions here. Yeah, they're right there. So they're sleeping. We'll show you this. And sometimes I lose my connection when I go in here. There'll be a crowd of people there, but we'll try to see the lions here. Oh,
I think it's funny.
yeah, here they are. So we'll get around here and we'll try to. They're all sleeping. The lions sleep tonight.
Oh my God, this one already woke up? Yeah.
There's the lions.
She wanted to watch something cool.
You still streaming okay? Good.
Let's just go. We gotta go. Bus time, guys. Bus time.
Oh no.
Bye, guys.
Maddie, it's our time to be back at the bus, so we gotta go.
There's the lions flying around. Lions at Lincoln Park Zoo. So they got this viewing area. You can view them underneath here. They're all dirty. Oh, they're having dreams. See that lion's having a dream there. It's dreaming it's eating an antelope. Hey, there it's moving around. That's awesome. Here, we'll keep going. So we saw the lions. They're just sleeping. It's nice how you can get up close to them. We'll head around here. And there, they're looking at him across the way there. Hey, the pride of Chicago. Yeah, there you go. We got a little gift shop in here. You get the photos. People that donated money. It's really nice lion house here. You got Lincoln Park Zoo. So more restrooms. Now it's really raining. Oh man. So let's see, what are we gonna do here? So I'm gonna run through the rain here, and I'm gonna try to get to the macaques here. So bear with me here. It's been like this. When I headed over here, I had to head through a shower like this, and that's why I'm just working from home and doing the zoo today, because it's an easy way for me to get content without getting all wet. But I'm getting wet now. So we'll run through here and we'll head straight towards the macaques, and then hopefully this rain will hold off here. Hey, they're planting in the rain, they're planting the summertime flowers that'll probably bloom here into June. And see, they already removed the tulips. These were where the tulips were at. They're planting the next round. There's the bubbles. Yeah, that's where we see. There's the bubble machine over there by the gift shop. And let's see if the macaques are out. Hey, Bubbles. We got Bubbles. Let's see if we got the macaques here. There they are. There's the macaque there. Hey, see the macaque went in this little cave there because it's raining. It just crawled in that little cave there because it doesn't want to get wet either. There's the macaque there hanging out. Hey, it's smiling at us. Here, we'll head around to the other side here. Let's see if we can see some more macaques here. There's the rain. We got Bubbles. Oops. Yeah, we'll head around here. Oh, yeah, okay, good. Yeah, there must be some over here. They're looking. Yeah, there's some macaques right here. They're all in the corner here. There they are. Hey, how you doing? That's good. There we go. There it is. There's the macaques. There they are. They're all hugging each other. Yeah. How you doing? Oh, they're hugging each other. They do that to keep warm.
Because they like each other.
Hey, look at this guy. You see this? Yeah, you see the macaques here?
You can tell that these are monkeys. Why are you small tails?
Yeah.
Some monkeys have long tails. Some monkeys have tails that they can wrap back.
So we'll keep going here. It's just really crowded there, and I don't want to cramp people's style. Here. Well, the people just left here. Right when I left, they left too. So here. Oh, look at that! Look at it. It's banging on the glass. Here's the macaques here, Lincoln Park Zoo. Thanks for tuning in here. Oh, look at that! They're jumping around. They hopped right over. Hey. Well, good. We might hit these on the way out here. So I'll keep going there. It was nice to see the macaques here. Before there were so many people crowded there that that's when then they left right when I left. So I came back for a little bit more footage. It's still raining here, so we'll head over towards. We got 12:33, so I got time to go through the McCormick birdhouse. I usually never. The last few times I haven't gone in there, but we'll go in there today since it's raining. Perfect day to go in there and check out the birds. And they got like a little greenhouse inside there. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. How you doing here? Welcome to Chicago. We're at the Lincoln Park Zoo. We got about 50 degrees, 55 maybe, and it's rainy. See, everybody's got their umbrellas out. It's raining all day here. Here's the vultures and the storks. So you have vulture over there. That's a vulture. Look at that. Big giant bird there, and there's the stork. There's the stork behind it. There's a stork right there. Look at that. Delivering your babies there. How you doing there, stork? 2 storks and a vulture. They're hanging out there. Let's see if the bald eagle's out. I don't know. I doubt the bald eagle's out in this rain, but we'll give it a try. There's a snowy owl, and there's a bald eagle, and then we'll go inside. You see, this is the birds of prey exhibit, which includes the eagles and the owl. And there's the eagle. There's the bald eagle. So hey, just in time for Memorial Day, we're seeing the bald eagle here at the Lincoln Park Zoo. And let me quiet my voice so I don't scare it off here. There it is. The bald eagle. There's the bald eagle at the Lincoln Park Zoo. And this guy's injured. That's why it's still here. The poor guy injured his leg, so it's been raised in captivity since then. But there's so many eagles that have returned to the Illinois River, the Mississippi River. People have seen them in Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan, Indiana, all throughout the Midwest, Missouri. We're seeing bald eagles up the rivers. And Chris, other people have seen eagles. Yeah. One delivers and one taketh away. Yeah, first he giveth and to take it away. This beautiful bird here. Look at that eagle there. Let's see if I can zoom into its face there. Reminds me of the eagle from the Muppets there, holding a little American flag. What a beautiful bird here. Thanks for checking out the eagle here at the Lincoln Park Zoo. Yeah, majestic there. Kevin's tuning in, Chris and Michael. Glad everybody's seeing this. Julie Reed. Yeah, we're hanging out with the eagle here. What do you say there, eagle? Oh, look, there's a rat. There's a rat. And you see that? There's a rat, and it just crawled through. That probably saved that rat's life, because that eagle was looking at that rat. And if I was a rat, I wouldn't be crawling through the eagle exhibit. I'm surprised that eagle must not be hungry, because it saw that rat, crawled right in front of it. Did you see that? Hey, well, here's the snowy owl. There's 2 snowy owls. So here we got the snowy owl. You get the eagle here. They can turn their heads all the way around. You see that rat? You see that, Sharon? I was like, is that a rat? I don't know if they put it in there for its food or if that was just a rat. There was that was a radio from a zookeeper there. There's like, but there was a rat that just crawled through the eagle. Did you see that eagle? Did you see that rat? You must not have been hungry for rat. It's like, no, they already fed me. It's like a well-fed eagle there. Just looking up at the sky. Yeah, did you see that? Lunch delivery, yeah. There it is, the bald eagle. But hey, we got to see the eagle. Here's the storks. So we'll keep on going here. There's the stork. We'll head over into the birdhouse there. And then we'll head through the African journey there. Thanks for tuning in here. Yeah, we're seeing all kinds of animals today. There's the stork. There's the vulture. They got a nice waterfall. 2 vultures, look at that. Yeah, let's get closer to them here. How you doing there, vultures? Maybe that vulture will see that rat. They're looking at something. They're looking at something right there. They're looking at that cardinal. There's a cardinal bird right there. There's your St. Louis Cardinals. Vultures, storks. Yeah, we'll head where they're headed. So this is called the McCormick Birdhouse. This nice building here in Lincoln Park Zoo. And we'll see some more birds here. Yeah, they got better views than rats. Didn't want it to meet all prepared. Hey, tropical rainforest. So we'll keep. There's the. We'll head to the next one, so I don't want to bother these nice people by talking when they're just trying to check out the birds here. So here, this is savannah. So we got. You see how they have these nice bird exhibits, and it's a good way to get up and close. If you're a bird lover, and you don't want to go out to Montrose Bird Sanctuary, you can just come to the zoo here and you can see all these different birds, hear their song. Look at the wonderful plumage there. Look at this one. This one's like a, what kind is that? That's the one that goes around the dunes there. Look at these two birds. So let's see if I can get you the names of these birds. So that's called a dickhop, D-I-K-K-O-P. And then there's starlings, and there's buffalo weavers, and what else do we got here? We got golden weaver and snowy hearted robin. So there's all different types of birds in here. And look at that nice plumage there. You hear their bird calls there. Long legs, yeah. Tall grass savannah birds here. So here, let's keep on going. See savannas. Oh, this one they got a curtain drawn, but there is a bird there. It's just they got a curtain drawn, so it's not easy to see. I guess they're keeping them screened there. But here we got green broadbill. We got parrots, doves. There's a dove. That's called the bleeding heart dove. Let's see if it turns around. I'll show you the bleeding heart dove here. Come on, dove, turn around here. Let's show us your bleeding heart there. It must be a liberal. It's a bleeding heart dove. Oh, did you get my joke there? Come on, dove, here, turn. There, look at that. That's the bleeding heart dove there. Come around there. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that amazing? That's its natural plumage there. It looks like its heart's bleeding, but it's just, I wonder why it adapted that way. What purpose does that serve? But here, hey, there's another one. Look at that. It's a bleeding heart dove there. Yeah, I know. Where else do you see these birds? I've never seen birds like this either. Look, they got a corn. They got the, oh, look at his owl. What is that? So let's see what that is. Is that a frogmouth? Let's see. That's called a tawny frogmouth. That's a tawny frogmouth. It's a bird. It's not an owl, but it looks like an owl. Look at that. Imagine seeing that in your tree there. But man, these doves are. How you doing there, dove? Look at that, the bleeding heart dove. You're beautiful. Yeah, I'm walking around here, hanging out with the birds here in the McCormick Birdhouse here, Lincoln Park, Chicago, the zoo. And you're walking around. So they got cabbage. Oh, look at this thing. There's a green. What is that? Okay, so let's see if I can. This is called a green broadbill. This is a green broadbill. Look at that plumage. It's pure green. That is bright green. You're beautiful. Look at that. Yeah, it's like a mourning dove. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at that plumage. Bleeding heart. It's called a Luzon bleeding heart dove. There's also parrots in here. Let's see if I can find a parrot. There's a parrot. So there's a parrot right there. Hey, you got a nice tail there. And then there's another green broadbill. There's a green broadbill. And then we got the frogmouth. How you doing there, frogmouth? He said, why you call me a frogmouth? I'm a bird. Oh, good. There's another dove there. So there's three bleeding heart doves. And then there's all these other birds. I want to show you this. This is where you can get in. You're in with the birds. They can poop on you and everything. And look at this. What is this? A duck? Yeah, there's a duck there. How you doing there, ducks? Ducks are swimming around here. And we got ibis. I guess they're on the other side here. And we got Bear's Pechard there. I think that's what the ducks are. But here, let me show you this thing. They got waterfalls and. This in wintertime I like coming here because it's kind of like, you know, it's a way to kind of get out of the cold weather and get some humidity on your skin here. And this is open all through the winter here. They got a kind of a skylight area here with the birds. Here's all the birds that are in here that you can see. So we'll give you an overview of all the birds, and then we'll see if we can find them. So there's a bird down there, right there. That looks like a, that's a red-capped cardinal. That's a red-capped cardinal. There goes a bird. See how you're just in here with the birds. The birds can fly around. That's an Inca. This is an Inca tern. That's a tern. That's an Inca tern right there. Look, look at these birds up here. What is those? What are those? Those Inca terns as well? I can't tell. I think they're all Inca terns. But look, they got some grapes. They can eat some grapes here. There's a bird sitting over there. Yeah, redbirds. See, they got a waterfall down here. There's a bird walking over there. Sometimes they fly. Hey, look at this one over here. That's a nice bird. But here, we'll keep going here. We got 12:45. Yeah, I better keep going, and we won't have enough time to see the meerkats here. So, hey, thanks for tuning in here at Lincoln Park Zoo. We'll get out of here. There's some ibis over here, and they got a nice lab area over here where they show how they prepare the food. They have live grubs and worms and things like that. See the nice bird habitats here. It's a more rainforest. Oh wow, look at this. How you doing there? What is this? This is called a curassow. These are curassows. You see them there? It's hard to see them. I'm behind that screening. We're just cruising through these exhibits really quickly. The island. Yeah, here's the lab here. And so sometimes you see them preparing the food there. They'll have grubs and stuff for them to eat. Hey, thanks for checking out the birdhouse here, Lincoln Park Zoo. If you missed any of this, you can rewind it, and that's the good thing about YouTube is you can, if you missed the beginning, you can wait till I'm finished live streaming. You can watch the beginning. We saw some seals and the otters. The otters were great. We saw the otters there. Hopefully that streamed okay. So we'll quickly see if the penguins are out, and then we'll go inside the African journey. We'll make a beeline towards the meerkats and the giraffes. It looks like the zebras are out. There's some zebras here. Tara, how you doing there? Yeah, I don't know where they get the grubs. I don't know if they ship them in. They probably ship them in. Or it'd be more interesting if they raised them themselves, if they grew the grubs, you know. And here, I don't think it's rare for the penguins to be out, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't think the penguins are out here. No, I don't see the penguins are not out. So we'll go right into the African journey here. And so we'll quickly make our way to the back there, and the giraffes are probably inside with the meerkats, I'm hoping. And there's two sets of meerkats. We recently got 3 more from the Madison, Wisconsin Zoo, and we've gone in here many times. Yeah, we're in Tanzania. We're at the station here. How you doing? Yeah, so there's monkeys up there. There's Diana monkeys. I think they're Diana monkeys. And then they got all these birds. And like the other place, you're in here with the birds, so don't let them fly out. Yeah, Diana monkeys and all kinds of storks and ibis and spoonbills. Oh, there it is. Wow. See, that monkey was flying off the wall there. The monkey came flying at us. How you doing there, Diana monkey? You jumping around? There it is. How you doing there? It spotted us. There's the Diana monkey. How you doing? Yeah. Good. Yeah, the big brick chimney's the power plant. I just saw that comment. Yeah, that's the power plant. In the wintertime, you could see heat smoke rising out. There's a central power plant for the zoo. Good call catching that chimney there. Here's the crocodile. Hey, how you doing there, crocodile? There used to be a bunch of fish. This is called a West African dwarf crocodile. It lives in the western part of, well, the central and like Ivory, the Ivory Coast area of Africa here. And so they got the, you know, I won't make everybody sick. They got a bunch of roaches. It's like the inside of a tree. You can go in there and see the roaches. And they got a spider exhibit, which usually it says the spider's off exhibit, which always makes me think that the spider escaped. The spider's walking around here somewhere. And you got the nice thatched housing here. And then see if the hippo's out. Here's the pygmy hippo. Sometimes it's walking and swimming around. Hippo. So I don't see the hippo out. So we'll keep going here. We'll keep going. We got other footage of the hippo. If the hippo was out, I'd stop there, but I don't think it's out. And here they got the clip springers, which are nice. These little baby deer. They're not baby, but even the adults look like this. And they're called clip springers. And then they got all these guinea fowl. Here's the guinea fowl. How you doing there? Yeah, you preening? I like your polka dotted feathers there. Yeah. How you doing here? I don't see the clip springers. Sometimes you see them looking. But here, let's see if the giraffes and meerkats are out here. Thanks for tuning in, Lincoln Park Zoo here. We're just heading through the African journey. There's the meerkats. Hey, there's a bunch of Timons there. How you doing there, meerkats? It's like from the Lion King here. How you doing there? Yeah, so we'll spend some time here with the meerkats. It's always so cute. It's probably one of my favorite exhibits here. The meerkats here in the African Journey, Lincoln Park Zoo. How you doing there? They're always looking around. Yeah, what do you say? Hey, how you doing? Oh, they got a nice termite mound here. Here's the giraffes. Look at the giraffes eating the food here. Yeah, isn't this nice? Look at that. Here's where the portrait works out here. It's a perfect aspect here to film the giraffe. How you doing? Yeah. Look at that. They put the food up in those little balls there, and they like chewing on those branches and stuff. Yeah. There's at least 2 giraffes. Let's see if there's the meerkats. So look at these meerkats. So these are the ones we got from the Madison Zoo. These are younger than the other ones, and they got to keep these separate because they got to keep the females separate. The zookeeper told me that. But here's the giraffe here. Hey, you seen this taco? Yeah, Tara. Thanks for checking out the giraffes here. That's why I ran to get back here, because this is one of the best parts here. I think if you're a friend of the zoo, you can set up having like breakfast with the giraffes here. They'll set up a table in here and you have brunch with the giraffes. Hey, look at this guy. Sometimes the mirror. Hey, look, it's looking at us. How you doing there, giraffe? What do you say? Yeah, beautiful. I like their eyelashes. Yeah. See, it's heading back to the back there. They got a big door. And see, they got meerkats here. It goes. Oh, there. Look, look. There's 2 of them. There's one sitting down, and it went to the back. Yeah. Look at that. So they can go in the back and they can go outside. There's one sitting down. There's the meerkats. Hey, I'm just trying to get the camera going here. Yeah, you remember when we saw, yeah, you can watch, there's still a rerun on that where they were prancing around. Sometimes after a long winter, they let them outside when we the first warm days of spring, and they run around and they prance. Look at that. There's meerkats. Let's go around here. Look at the meerkats there. How you doing? There's Timon. How you doing?
Hi.
They're cute. She's like, oh, there's a giraffe. Look at that. Yeah, that's the one thing I've discovered about posting content, especially live streaming, is no matter what you film. I could film a flower. I could film a Lake Michigan sunset or sunrise over Lake Michigan. I'm filming the meerkats here. We got the giraffe. You know, you could talk to the zookeepers. They do a lot of education for kids, trying to teach about ecology and environmentalism and having empathy for animals and caring for the animals. And you know, I know there's people that do protest the zoo, so it shows you no matter what, and I'm used to it by now. You know, the people that tune in, the wider your audience gets, you'll find somebody that no matter what you film, you don't like it, and that's fine. So you let them vent, freedom of speech, let them make their point, and that's fine. But you know, this zoo's going to exist whether I film it or not, and you can't make it go away, and I can't make it go away. It's still here. And I'm just showing what exists in the world. We share the world with giraffes, and you know, these meerkats. We're trying to take care of them here. How you doing there, meerkat? What do you say? See, meerkat. Somebody doesn't like the fact that you're here in the zoo. So what do you say there? You're like, hey, we're living our best life. You know, positive, negatives, everything. There's negatives to living in the zoo, but there's positives. They don't have to worry about predators. Or lions eating them. And the lions are here. Hey, how you doing there, meerkat? Oh, this one's only got 3 legs. This one only has three legs. I wonder if it was always like that. Maybe some of these are injured animals that they've rescued, and that's why they're here. Because they were injured in the wild. Think of it. And that's why, you know, when we show the polar bear, I know people are worried about the polar bear. I said, if you're empathetic of the polar bear in the Lincoln Park Zoo, I hope you're equally empathetic of the polar bears that are losing their habitat due to the melting of the Arctic polar caps. How you doing, the giraffe? You hear me talking to you? Hey, people are tuning in there. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Lightstar. And I wish Pizza Lisa was on here. We got people with real zoo experience that can answer these questions. And thanks, Lightstar and everybody else there. And the same people that are, you know, I understand that, you know, I'm thank you for having empathy for animals, and thank you for bringing up these points. Please don't abuse me or don't abuse my followers. You can make your point, and don't abuse these animals because they didn't do anything. And, you know, if you don't like this, that's fine, but we're going to film it anyway, whether you like it or not. And there's nothing you can do to stop me from filming this. So take that. And so here's this represents Lake Malawi. Do you feel bad for these fish? Do you feel bad for these fish that are living a good life here? They feed them. They feed them good food here. And look how abusive humans are to each other. We got major wars going on right now. We got people. I'm in more danger of being injured by another human being than I am by an animal. And if you're empathetic to animals, please be against violence that humans do against other violence. You know, and I'm sure you are. You know, here's Margaret Mead. Here's this great quote from Margaret Mead. And Margaret Mead tolerated zoos. And believe me, the zoos that we have today are much better than the zoos we had in the past. When they originally had the bear, it was just a concrete cage with bars. And the bear would pace back and forth, because now the bears have they have swimming pools. They got a big range. The polar bear, they expanded the polar bear exhibit. They got, I know it's not as large as they would have in the wildlife, but again, if you're empathetic to these polar bears, please be empathetic to the polar bears that are losing their habitat due to humans. You know, and so, you know, if we remove humans from the planet, animals will be doing a lot better. So if you want to be the first to volunteer to remove yourself from the planet to help out animals, be my guest. Here's the Walter family Arctic tundra. See, it's very rare to see the polar bear down here. And but hey, thanks everybody for tuning into the zoo here. We got 12:59, so I gotta head back to work. I gotta go to work, so thanks for tuning in. If you missed any part of this, please check out the live rerun there. I really appreciate everybody's audience. Thanks for tuning in there. Brian Really Chicago on YouTube. You can check out the live tab, and we'll continue. We'll go back to more controversial things like filming the loop in Chicago. Maybe we'll do we'll see what the weather's like tomorrow. This rain's going to continue all week, so I don't know. Odds are I'll be downtown tomorrow because they might do a bridge lift, and we'll try to film that like we filmed it last Wednesday and the Wednesday before that. And hey, look, we'll end it with these beautiful flowers. Thanks everybody for tuning in here. Thanks, Tara. Thanks. Yeah. Was Nikki? How you doing there? Yeah, I used to come in here in the morning before the pandemic. I was able to walk through in the morning on my way to work at like 8 in the morning because the garbage trucks, they would be removing the garbage, you know, and that, you know what I'm talking about. And there's the conservatory. There's the Belton Stratford. Well, let's see if the rhino's out. Maybe the rhinoceros is out. There's a squirrel. And let's see if we can. Yeah, there's the rhinoceros. It's in the door there. So here we'll end it with the rhinoceros. They're waving to it. But see, people like this. The kids like it. They do field trips. Not everybody's rich and wealthy enough to, you know, travel to Africa to see these things in wild. And so this is the best way you can see it in the wild here. Not everybody's independently wealthy or, you know, watch it on TV. Well, you're watching it through TikTok. There's the rhinoceros. So hey, Dolores, Nicole, thanks for Nicole from New Jersey there, Marco. Thanks for the thumbs up there, Annette. Thanks, Michael, for being on, Sharon. And everybody, you know, please keep Anita's father in your prayers there. And I'll give you an update on Diana. I talked to Diana's family. Her remains are back in Chicago now. And I'll give you an update if there's any online registry or anything. But I think they kept it private. And so I would respect the rest. But, you know, just rest assured. Hey, he's got the bubbles there. That's great, doing the bubbles. Just rest assured that Diana, she wished to be buried in Chicago. So she's back in Chicago, the land of Lincoln here. So thanks, everybody. And remember Anita's family in your prayers there. I think her father's going through a bad time. And I'll give you updated on that there. So thanks, everybody. Thanks, Chris and Michael and everybody else. And we'll see you later here from the Lincoln Park Zoo. Have a great day. And we'll talk to you later here. You can watch the full rerun there. Yeah, see you later there, Lambie T. And Light Star, Julie Reed, Karen. We'll see you all later there. Marco, Annette. Thanks, Sharon. Yeah. Okay.